Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. For the first time, the Nebraska Folk and Roots Festival is coming to Pinewood Bowl. The one-day festival, June 15th, features local and national artists and activities for all ages. And joining me is musician and festival organizer Mike Semrad. Mike, thank you so much for being here.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Tell me about the history of the festival and how this festival all got started.
Yeah, so it's been very exciting for me. I grew up in Lincoln, and then I moved to Chicago, and my wife and I spent 10 years there. And I had the luxury of falling into a thing called the Old Town School of Folk Music. And it just opened my eyes to so much. And they had it was a school that taught anything from capoeira, Brazilian dance, to theater, to Guitar 101. And so they did something called the Chicago Folk and Roots Festival. And I used to help out with that and kind of figured out, different artists and how festivals work and how to do it right. And so when we moved back to Nebraska, that was one of the very first things I wanted to put together. The first year it didn't quite work out because I wanted to sort of meet some different bands and fall into the wonderful history of our folk and roots scene in Nebraska is amazing. And the music scene in general is incredible. We do a lot of different stuff here in Lincoln, as you know. So it took a while to get started, and right around 2014 we started the first year, and we tried it in the rail yard the first year, and it didn't quite fit the appeal. It needed better landscape and a better approach to how we did it. So we moved it out to Branch Oak Farms for a few years, and had some great years out there. And then we had one year where the storm hit us pretty hard.
Oh boy!
And so we said, okay, we need to rethink this and find a place where there's a plan B. And kind of just be a little more aware of what to do if that happens. And so we tried it out in Elkhorn last year, and that was a beautiful setting. I probably would have done it out there again if I wasn't teaming up with Pinewood Bowl this year.
That's right.
So Tom Lorenz and I met and chatted and kind of talked about the logistics and if it could work, and everything seemed like it could, and I know the community wanted to support something like this. It just needed the right alignment. We never really had the right everything just never really aligned right. And so this year I'm hoping, so far it's looking really great. We have amazing sponsors, and the community really supports it, and they love what we do. And so it gives a chance for local bands to sort of be highlighted alongside Grammy Award winners and national idols.
That's right. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the artists.
Sure.
Excuse me. The Grammy winners this year for Best Bluegrass Album, the Travelin' McCourys.
Yeah, Travelin' McCourys. So this would be, Del McCoury is a legend of the folk world.
I saw him at the Lead Center.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Great.
He's amazing and a magical spirit at that. And so his boys, they're in a band called the Traveling McCourys, and this last year, Del kind of allows them to go out and play shows, of course, and do their own thing when Del's not playing with them. And Del still plays, but he's 80. He's going to be 80 years old this year, and he still plays. And
he's great.
So the Traveling McCourys won the Best Grammy Award, Best Bluegrass Record Grammy Award this year, and so we're super excited to have them, and to get them was just. I was so excited because I'm a huge fan, and so that was a good get, and then everything kind of started falling into place after that. Once you get your big names, then everything kind of falls into place behind that. Another big name, Pokey Lafarge, is coming, and Pokey's amazing. He does kind of a throwback style. He's signed to Third Man Records, which is Jack White from the White Stripes, his label, and I think Jack White even produced one of his records. And he did some music for the HBO special Boardwalk Empire, which was a beautiful show.
Yeah.
And so Pokey does this, in the Bottle Tops, my band got to open for Pokey a few years ago, and that was really fantastic to meet him and kind of plant some seeds of what the Folk and Roots Festival was. So we've been after him for a while, so it'll be nice to get him, and so.
So are the Bottle Tops going to be there, or are you going
The
to be
Bottle
too
Tops
busy?
are not going to be there. I'm focusing on other bands, and that's always been my thing with this band. If there's a spot for me to come in and be a part of it, I will, but first and foremost, I want to give the opportunity to other bands and really, make sure to work other people into the fold first, and then we can kind of see if there's spots for us.
Well, how many bands will you have?
I believe we're at 13 bands this year.
Wow.
Yeah, and for an all-day festival, for a one-day festival, that's a lot. And so it's it's going to be interesting. And then earlier that day, we're also doing the second annual Dietz Music Guitar and Fiddle Competition, which last year was a huge success. The kids just loved it, and the parents loved it. But this year, I'm sort of recreating that Brownville sort of days of old appeal when they had the guitar competition down there. And so I'm offering the guitar competition for adults as well this year. So it's going to be just a totally new element, which I'm excited about. But that starts at 9:30 in the morning, and then we go all the way through the day and end the festival close to 10:30.
Busy day.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to the venue and the addition of the adult contest, what else is new this year?
Well, as in years past, we have booths, and we'll have some sponsorships, promoted. What else are we doing?
Some
fun this year?
kids stuff.
Kids stuff. There'll be some activities and art projects for the kids, just like years past. So
It'll be a lot of fun.
it's going to be wonderful. Yeah.
How can people find out about tickets?
So tickets are online at NebraskaFolkandRoots.com. And you can find out information on the Pinewood Bowl website as well. So,
Okay.
and those are available and for sale. There's an early bird ticket price going right now, so you can get kind of a discount if you get on that.
That's right. It's a pretty low price to see some really high quality entertainment.
Indeed,
So
for that many acts, it's pretty wild, and there's numerous national acts on there. Joshua Headley, who's also, I'm so excited for him. They call him Mr. Jukebox, and he's just amazing. He's also on Third Man Records, and the Rainbow Girls are kind of a Facebook celebrities right now. They're just blowing up. So there's some amazing things happening. So.
All right. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the details. The Nebraska Folk and Roots Festival is all day, Saturday, June 15th, for the first time at Pinewood Bowl Theater. For more information, you can go to the festival website, or you can go to pinewoodbowltheater.com. And Mike, we're going to hope for great weather that day.
Yes,
What's
indeed.
the backup?
Well, it's the luxury of this is that we have a possible backup in Pinnacle Bank Arena. So to say that your backup is PBA is pretty exciting. So in years past, we've never had that ability. So weather's always been, kind of a tricky thing to work around. But this year, I think we're going to be just fine. So.
Well, I hope talking about it didn't jinx it. I think it'll be great.
Oh, I know it will be.
All right, thank you, Mike, so much,
Thank
and
you
best
very much.
luck with the festival this year.
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate
Hoping
it.
for many more
Yes.
years. All right, as we go to break, we're going to take a look at what's going on at some of our great museums and galleries, and then Tom Lorenz will join us from Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena. Stay with us.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. Tom Lorenz joins us now. We're going to start with what's happening at Pinnacle Bank Arena coming up this summer, summer.
That's
and
right.
We've got the Spring Brawl to kick things off May 11th.
You know, twice a year we do local MMA, and it's really good. It continues to get higher and higher quality all the time. We work with DC management, and this one, Spring Brawl, has some great local favorites. One of them is going to be Alonzo Martinez. He's a veteran of over 70 pro fights, and he'll be putting his title up for, to try to see who can win that one. It will be a great night. It's multiple fights, usually somewhere in the area of 12 to maybe 16 or 17 fights. Great fun, and it really does well.
All right. Tool is going to come to the arena May 16th. It kind of, it's the next few months, the music scene in Lincoln is just really going strong.
It is. It's going to be a great lead into summer. Tool is an act that we've been talking about for a long time. Great that they decided to route through Lincoln. They just announced today their opening act is going to be All Souls, so that'll be another big draw. It is amazing. It'll be a huge show. It is sold extremely well. There are still tickets available and some great seats still available, so I hope people look at those. But, rock has really been a big deal in Lincoln and continues to be, and Tool is one of those crowning achievements.
All right. Country legend Kenny Chesney is going to keep the country crowd happy.
Kenny's been here before. He puts on an awesome show, and he'll take one summer and play nothing but sold out stadiums. This time he's coming back into arenas, so we're glad to have him back in Lincoln. He's bringing David Lee Murphy and Caroline Jones. Caroline Jones is really starting to make a name for herself with a lot of great hits and a lot of exposure. Kenny is always a fun show, and there'll be some fun things going out in front of the arena before the show.
All right. The arena is a great venue for lots of different things,
Right.
Music and also sports. The Volleyball Nations League is coming. I see some former Huskers compete on the world stage.
You will. Jordan Larson and some other Huskers. It's a great lineup. It's really fun to have these high-level National Championship League quality volleyball players. We had them before when we did the Olympic trials, the same type of format. 3 nights, 2 bouts each, or 2 games each night, and you'll see the best of the best in the world. The highlight will be on Friday when the USA and Brazil get together, and they're both highly ranked teams. This will be a great night of volleyball.
All
3
right.
nights of volleyball.
USA.
Yep.
All right. Going to take a trip back to the 90s with New Kids on the Block and their friends.
Doing the mixtape tour, we remember those, and we used to put those together for ourselves and our friends. Not only New Kids on the Block, who are famous and have a ton of hits, they're bringing their friends Salt and Peppa, Naughty by Nature, Debbie Gibson, and Tiffany. All of those are those great 90 things that we all remember. To put them all together and watch them play, it's going to be a fun night, and we think that's a great way to spend a Saturday. A night in June.
Get your 90s clothes out of the closet.
That's right.
All right. Carrie Underwood takes the stage June 23rd. This one's been announced for a long time, much anticipated.
It has, and she's such a great entertainer. She has talent. And she's just a wonderful, very nice person to deal with. We really like to see her come in, lots of high energy. The set for this is in the round. It's a gorgeous set when she comes in, lots of production. She'll have Maddie and Tay with her and Runaway Jane. Those are both really strong opening acts. That's a great night of country music.
All right. One of the hottest acts in the country right now, actually in the world, Cardi B is coming to the Pinnacle Bank Arena in July.
Well, we always were accused of doing just country, and we really don't. We do a lot of great urban, and Cardi B is just, like you said, one of the biggest things in the nation right now. She'll come in and do all of her hits. This will be a really fun show. There's a small set of these shows that will hit before her maybe large national tour. We're very lucky to get her to come in Lincoln. Kevin Gates, a very famous, or a real popular rapper from Omaha, and Saul Wheaty is going to come in and open up both. Both are talented artists. It'll be a fun night at Lincoln in Pinnacle Bank Arena.
All right, Slipknot fans will turn out for the Knotfest Roadshow coming up in August.
You know, so we've got 90s, we've got country, we've got urban. We need a little hard rock in there, so Knotfest is coming in. Slipknot leads this off, a great Iowa band that's got a tremendous history. Our friends Volbeat, Gojira, and Behemoth are all going to open up. It is if you're a hard rock aficionado, this is the night for you. And we may do some fun things again outside of Pinnacle Bank Arena prior to the show to make it a whole day type of an event. But big deal to have them here.
A couple other big shows in August, then Why Don't We? I keep wanting to say, why don't we talk about Why Don't We?
Yeah, why don't we talk about that? Great new act on their 8 Letters tour. 5 young guys that are coming in, very, very talented. They continue to be bigger and bigger. Hopefully, maybe 20 years from now, just like New Kids on the Block, we'll have the Why Don't We tour come through. But no, these guys are talented. They continue to come up, and this will be a great evening in August.
All right. I have never heard of this JoJo phenomenon before. I saw her picture in the Omaha World Herald. She visited a classroom. Tell me about this girl.
So she's a Nickelodeon star.
Okay.
And so if you picture that, she's very, very talented. Puts out a lot of great music, high energy. She has this tremendous following. She's a YouTube sensation, with millions and millions of hits, lots of new music out. She's from Omaha. So the first show they put up was at the Baxter Arena in Omaha, sold out 6,000 tickets in almost no time at all. And they added about 17 new dates to their tour, wanted to come over to Lincoln, and it is selling the same way like it did over in Omaha. It's amazing, tremendous following, and it's that great entry point for younger girls and guys that want to come in and see a very good talent with a high energy show. And it's fun and safe, and it'll be a great night.
All right. How do you say her last name?
Siwa.
Siwa. JoJo Siwa, coming August 24th.
That's right.
Okay. Then maybe she'll come back for a tour with Why Don't We
well,
in 20
you
years.
picture you picture some of the other, maybe a Disney star like Miley Cyrus or something like that that started at the same sort of level. They become huge stars, and it's fun to watch them progress, and she's a big star already, so it's great that they're picking Lincoln to come play.
That's fun. All right. And we're going to wrap up the Pinnacle Bank Arena segment with 2 big names, Miranda Lambert and Maren Morris.
Miranda, she is just the great country star. She's got tons of hits. She's a really, really good writer. And so a lot of her stuff, very good performer. And now the hottest, act that's in Nashville right now is Maren Morris. The two are going to team up, put on a great show, joined by Pistol Annies and Tennille Towns. Great night of country music, a lot of talent there. This will be a fun night in October.
All right. Well, let's move outdoors to Pinewood Bowl. I've got 11 shows on my list so far.
I think that's right.
Are we getting close to?
We're pretty close to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I am not. We don't have another pending announcement. We've got a couple acts that we are continuing to work with, and maybe we'll add 1, maybe 2 more. But 11's a pretty good number right now. Fills it up. It's a little bit backloaded. We've got 3 shows before the play, and then the rest come after. We love Pinewood Bowl. There's been some great updates there, and it'll be a fun summer.
All right. We want to talk about, in specific, some of the things coming, starting with the Avett Brothers on May 17th.
The Avett Brothers is a band that we've been trying to get to Pinewood Bowl ever since we opened up. They played at Pershing some years back and were outstanding. And they are kind of indie country rock, and these guys are outstanding. They're coming in for an evening with the Avett Brothers. It's our opening show. It's May 17th. I can't wait for that to happen. It's a big weekend because we do Tool on Thursday night, Avett Brothers outside on Friday night, and we come back and do Kenny Chesney the next night back at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So it's that kind of for Lincoln to have those great musicians and that type of a thing. It's all Lincoln. They show up for these shows. They love the venues, and people are fun to, the artists love to work with these peaks, with all these folks.
No sleep for Tom that weekend.
No, we'll do that later.
All right, we had Mike Semrad on to talk about the Nebraska Folk and Roots Festival. I'm so excited it's coming to Pinewood Bowl. I think this is going to be just the perfect venue. Mike
kind of underplays it, but he's a great musician, knows everybody. He has really done a great job of putting this together. We're really excited to work with him on this. It'll be a fun day at the bowl. There's just a lot of variety. Things will move along. There'll be things to do at the bowl. And we can't wait to see over the years how this continues to grow and get bigger. But this is a wonderful lineup to start with. And again, Mike and his band are very strong. Maybe we can get them to play, maybe not this year, but we will eventually. So.
All right, something for the kids coming then the very next day with Kids Bop.
It's a kind of an interesting Kids Bop. The families that enjoy this, it's a very current music and played kind of by kids with kids, and it's a great introduction to people coming out and seeing concerts. The Bowl is a nice venue for them. It'll be a fun day, lots of excitement, and Kids Bop is something to continue to watch. The tickets are a strong start, and they're going to continue to go quicker and quicker as we get close to the show.
All right. You mentioned the play, the break for the play, the annual summer musical. What is the musical this year? Do you know?
You know what? They've told me, and I know, and I'm drawing a blank right now. I wish I did know.
Well, maybe you were sworn to secrecy.
Well,
let's go with that one.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. But they always do a great job. I mean, my kids have been involved with it. We've gone out and watched it over the years. It's always a wonderful thing.
It is
We
a lot
enjoy
of fun.
working with them. They are wonderful people, and it's a nice setting. It's so much fun to see that outside.
All right. Post-musical then, we're starting off with John Bellion.
John Bellion, kind of a urban rock, indie type of an artist, really upcoming, playing in Chicago out at Northerly Island and coming back to stop out here. Fun way to start off our second, the Glory Sound prep tour, and great new talent. If you don't know him, look him up on YouTube. You'll fall in. You'll really like this guy very quickly.
All right, Tenacious D is coming. I know a lot of people are really excited about this one.
Jack Black, how good could this be? And this is the surprise of the summer, because when we put this tour on sale, this show on sale, it just blew up. There are so many great fans. These guys are really talented. It's a fun show. They've got a great opener, and there are very few tickets left.
Really?
This is really outstanding. What a cool night at the Bowl. Again, a couple guys out there with great acoustic instruments, and it will be a happening.
Another happening then a few days later with Weird Al Yankovic. You see him there in a tux. Yes, that is Weird Al in a tux.
That is Weird Al in a tux, and that's so last time he was here, and he played a couple years back at the Bowl. Very entertaining, really, really nice guy. So many good songs, and so many songs he wrote himself, and then he does the parodies of all the song. Well, so last time it was a little bit more of a cut-down show, and he didn't do all of the staging and costume changes and all that kind of stuff. Well, this time he's coming out with an orchestra, all of the changes and all of the flash, and he's going to have a blast. I mean, he's just such a nice guy, such a talented musician, and his fans are already, have bought a bunch of tickets. This will be really, really cool to see Weird Al in all his glory.
And he is a great musician.
He is, and he's been around a long time. Yeah, and he has found that niche, and he is, and he does these parodies so well, and talented guy.
All right, this was a new announcement since we last saw you, Willie Nelson and Allison Krauss. Willie's been here a number of times, but you can never see Willie enough.
Willie is just, country royalty, and, that has so many great hits, such a great performer over the years, and he's still out there, and a strong, strong performance. So Willie will come in, but Allison Krauss is another show that we've been really wanting to have for a long, long time. At the Pinewood Bowl setting, her and her band, that'll be outstanding. And so Allison will lead off, Willie will come out, and it is a night of country that I think few people will forget. And the setting with the Bowl is the perfect way to do it. Last time Willie played at Pinewood Bowl, he loved it. The band really had a great time. This one will be a very, very special evening.
That is a really strong combo, too.
That is, yeah.
That's right. A guitar hero, a guitar master, Joe Bonamassa coming.
Joe Bonamassa with rock and blues and his band, these guys are so good. And, no matter what kind of music you like, he's likely to play it and play it outstanding. He played, so the last time he came, we were going to have him out at the Bowl, and that morning when they were supposed to move in, we had a big storm overnight. The trees were down. We moved him into inside the arena, had a tremendous show with him. These guys are so talented. Joe is such a master guitarist, great singer, and he brings a band that is second to none. Look forward to having him come out. They've been waiting. We've been talking to him every year. We figured the timing is right, and they want to be out at the Bowl as much as we do.
All right. Tell me about Judah and the Lion coming in August 14th.
So these guys are a young group of guys that really like, very current music, some urban and some hip hop and some great country and things like that. But they thought about, what if they take some of these really cool songs and play them just on their acoustic instruments? They are, kind of a lot what Mike Semrad was talking about as far as the McCourys. It's that bluegrass sort of a feel, but it's different music. And so they put it together. I got a great report. My daughter saw him down in Columbia, Missouri just a few nights ago and said the show was outstanding. And they came together. There's some themes with their show. We look forward to having them at the Bowl. It'll be fun and something really different.
All right. Another name I'm not too familiar with, Cody Johnson and friends are coming.
So Cody Johnson, one of the biggest names in country right now, an upcomer. Cody's shows have been kind of compared to something you'd experience with Garth Brooks. He's got a bunch of great writers that put some songs together for him. He also writes great things. He's teamed up with 90s country sensation Mark Chestnut and newcomer Jacob Bryant. And so this is a high energy show. It's a GA show where we've got a GA pit, we've got GA behind it, we've got some VIP tickets. The promoter we're doing this with, we've worked with for a lot of years over at Pershing, and really glad to have him bringing Cody over to us. This one will be a sellout by the time we do it in September. It's the night before a football game. It's an away game. So, it's one of those things, let's get out, party, and get your group together and watch the game the next day. But Cody is high energy, and he'll be playing Pinewood Bowl, and then probably the next time around we'll have him in the arena.
All right. And one more big announcement that you made since the last time we saw you, Steely Dan, coming September 8th.
The band from the 70s and 80s that, we all listen to. You can't turn on classic rock without hearing Steely Dan songs. They are so good, excellent musicians. Every sound guy, when he is tuning up a room, plays Steely Dan music, to tune his rig in. We have offered on these guys every year we've had the Bowl, and we finally were able to find the date and the number that works. And this is, if I had a bucket list, and I do, these guys are at the top of that list. This will be so great for the summer, and the setting out at the Bowl will be outstanding. Get your tickets before they're gone. It is so good. I saw them a couple years ago in Kansas City, and it's everything that I expected and more. So great musicianship, songs that and a setting second to none.
It's going to be one of those shows where everybody's like, oh, you'd forgotten all the hits they had.
All you have to do is just, listen, just go online and call up the hits. Just with the titles, you'll know what it is. Ricky Don't Lose That Number, and that great album Asia, and so many different things that they did, and it's just top level musicianship.
All right. Well, hopefully maybe a couple more announcements for Pinewood Bowl before we're all done.
Yep.
So
we'll continue to work on that. There's some really outstanding things that a lot of it depends on the timing and what their tours look like, but we're always open to something like that. But if it stays at 11, it's an awesome season.
All right. Thank you, Tom, for being part of a great summer of music in Lincoln, Nebraska.
We have so much fun here, and Lincoln is, it is outstanding, and all the other venues that put out music. It's just a great kind of a brotherhood and sisterhood here that, we put all these things together, and we have a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you so much. As we go to break, we're going to take a look at some of the great things coming up at the Lancaster Event Center, and then Jeff Mall will join us from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Stay with us.
city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Maul joins us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We've got a lot going on this summer. We're going to start with music. Outdoor music in the summer is always super fun. And the 9th annual Veterans Music Festival this year is kind of switching things up, going to the rail yard.
Yeah, for years it's been out on 70th Street on the VA campus, and they've moved things down to the rail yard this year, a great music venue outside. This will be a great opportunity to hear some great music, a tribute to the veterans, get a chance to mingle with them and celebrate all that they've done for our country. And the event itself will start to load in about 4 o'clock and get going. It'll be 4 to 10 o'clock on Saturday, June 1st. Great tribute to our veterans.
And a different band every hour, so that'll keep you entertained.
The lineup is still being put together, so should have some good names.
All right, June in Lincoln means Jazz in June. Another series is underway soon, starting June 4th with Naughty Professor.
And don't forget the 5 o'clock Jazz in June market. Music starts at 7 o'clock on each of the Tuesdays in June. Jazz in June, a Lincoln tradition that a lot of people like to make a weekly appearance.
That's right. They have some fabulous sponsors for this, but it always helps to put some money in that bucket to keep this going.
You betcha.
All right. The Lincoln Community Foundation Garden Performance Series is another treasured Lincoln summer tradition. May 1st, Annette Murrell kicks things off. That's a great way to kick things off. Hey, there's a band in this lineup I've never heard of.
Cuban Missile Crisis?
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Right.
That's a new one on me. I have never heard of them. They're playing May 28th. You might want to check them out. Pangea is always good. Bassoons. Yeah, a great lineup there. It's a great way to spend a Wednesday. Take your lunch
Pack your lunch,
enjoy
pick
yourself.
up your lunch, and walk over there and enjoy some great music.
And the KZUM Summer Concert Series at Stransky gets underway soon. Pangea kicks things off there.
Yeah, 16 years of great music in Stransky Park. KZUM has done a great job of breathing some new life into this musical event. They've got great music going on, a great setting during the evening. The event is free. Stop on down to Stransky Park for some great music.
All right. Nebraska Jazz Orchestra is going to kind of have a success story on stage.
You betcha.
This is Local Boy Makes Good in a big way.
Yeah, this performance will feature the 24th winner of the Young Jazz Artist Competition, as well as guest artist Frank Basile, the first ever NJO Young Jazz Artist Competition winner in 1996. Takes you back in the Wayback Time Machine. He has been able to perform, record, and tour with world-renowned jazz artists, as well as some of the finest musicians and ensembles. To have him come back home, help celebrate this great event, is going to be kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for this organization.
That'll be a fun night. The new one and the first one.
Yes,
All
very
right.
cool.
Nebraska Brass Concert Series, Nebraska Brass and Friends. This one is going to be beautiful, featuring the harp. There's nothing... Oh boy, a harp is just so beautiful to listen to.
It is. It's dreamy, right?
It's dreamy.
And Omaha harpist Anita Clark James will be there, thanks to generous support from the American Harp Society. The performance will also premiere The Excursion by Keith Michael Davis. This is a lot of fun. Havelock United Methodist Church for this event.
All right, and that world premiere of Excursion is thanks to a grant from the American Harp Society.
You
so
betcha. Yep.
that'll be a great show. All right, let's do some theater. Flatwater Shakespeare is going to present Two Gentlemen of Verona. There's a couple weekends there at the Swan Theater at Wyuka, and then they take their show on the road to some Lincoln parks.
Yeah, the first one is a love quadrangle. Not heard of a love quadrangle before, but that should be a lot of fun. There'll be wisecracking, there'll be a band of outlaws, And the show itself will tour Lincoln Parks from June 20th through the 23rd.
And this is not a Shakespeare that you need to be worried about. This is going to be kind of a condensed, fun
Yes.
thing for the summer. So
Yeah.
Shakespeare is for everyone,
Very understandable.
especially in the summer.
Yes.
All right. Fun Home, the winner of 5 Tony Awards, is coming to the Tada Theater.
Yeah, Fun Home is a story of self-discovery and navigating challenging family dynamics. I think everybody has family dynamics that will be played out as far as Fun Home goes at the Tada Theater in downtown Lincoln.
Yeah, Bob Rook does a good job of being the first one to present some of those hot shows.
He finds them. He's good at it.
That's right. The Penguin Project is doing Wizard of Oz this year. The Penguin Project brings together kids who have some kind of disability along with kids who don't, and they perform together and they bond, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love it. What's beautiful about this is not only what this is all about, but the venue at the Lincoln Community Playhouse is very, very intimate, not a bad seat in the house. Great opportunity to hear this classic on stage.
All right, and congrats to Maury Enders again for keeping the Penguin Project going. It's
bet.
become a real centerpiece of what they do at the Playhouse.
You bet.
So, all right, Lincoln Children's Zoo, busy summer. All the new animals are there, kicking things off. We've got Endangered Species Day coming up, Zoo Fun Run and Walk. Want to remind people about Wild Wednesdays. The zoo is open late every Wednesday. And there's a birthday party for the train. So,
That's right.
oh, and don't forget World Oceans Day.
A lot of buzz going on about the Lincoln Children's Zoo going on right now, and so many thanks go out to the fundraisers out there in this community, people like John Chapel that have helped build this, and I can't wait to go see the tigers for the first time. I've had a chance to see the giraffes. They're amazing. But new energy at the zoo, year-round zoo, and it's certainly going to be a visitor attraction now 12 months out of the year.
All right. Historic Haymarket Spring Guided Walking Tour. This is your chance to learn about the Haymarket buildings with our very own Ed Zimmer.
Things will get going at Iron Horse Park at 7th and Q. Ed Zimmer will take you on a tour and give you your very own walking tour booklet. The walking tour booklet's kind of a nice little keepsake to look at and kind of guide yourself along. If you can't hear what Ed has to say, you can kind of be paying attention on your own. So a lot of fun going on in the Haymarket.
That's right, and Ed's a real treasure.
He is.
All right, it's Farmers Market time, the granddaddy of them all, the historic Haymarket Farmers Market. Saturdays, May 4th, all the way through October 12th. Get down there, get some great food, some beautiful flowers, some crafts, hear some music.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Then the next day, Sunday, we've got the Farmers Market at College View. This is the one that used to be down on Old Cheney and has moved to a new venue at College View and is going great.
Yeah, doing well.
Good time. F Street Farmers Market again. 1302F, that's June through August on Tuesdays. And then Fallbrook has the market on Thursdays. So still shooting for a farmer's market every day of the week. I think we're getting close.
I hope the weather gets a little closer to being a little warmer. So it's definitely kind of a cool start to the spring here.
All right, let's do a little more theater, and this is a fundraiser. Cherish Angels Theater Company. Yes, Cherish is spelled right. The Angels recruit some artists to rescue some sad chairs and make them into beautiful pieces of art. Silent auction. We're going to try to have some live music, and this is a new venue also, Mill at Innovation Campus. So want to give them a big shout out for hosting this really fun event on May 18th.
Yeah, and if you get a chance to go to angelscompany.org, you can see it. Take a look at the chairs now before you get there to bid. But the festival space, the meeting space over at the Millet Innovation Campus is spectacular. So this will be a fun venue for this event.
That's right, and it's free.
Yes.
There's money for the chairs, but the event itself is free. So Tales and Trails takes over at Fallbrook in a few weeks.
Good opportunity to walk, run, eat, play, and have fun with your furry friends, live music, food trucks. Some of my favorite things that happen with this event is the human versus dog peanut butter licking contest.
Don't forget Mutt Mutt Golf.
That is a good time, and don't forget bobbing for hot dogs. Yes, just hot dogs.
And if you don't even have to have a pet,
No.
just go and enjoy other people's
It's an
pets.
opportunity to give back, and enjoy a great event. This is a great little event going on at Fallbrook Town Center.
All right, Capital Humane Society, big shout out to
Yes.
them. The 17th annual Empty Bowls fundraiser is coming up. This is one where you will not leave hungry. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
You get your own handcrafted bowl, you get to try fabulous soups from local restaurants, and you support the food bank.
Down Under Pottery provides all the bowls. Someone had to put the time and labor into putting these bowls all together, and they're great takeaways. It's an amazing experience. Embassy Suites Hotel does a great job hosting this, and yeah, there's a lot of different takes on soup. So one of my favorite events to go enjoy soup.
All right. Did you make any New Year's resolutions this year? Well, this is about the
Kind
time that
of.
people realize they haven't kept any of
No.
them. So if you head out to Gateway on May 21st, they're going to have a community conversation about making and breaking habits. I'm assuming those are bad habits.
Some of them, yes, and they will include sleep hygiene, caffeine consumption, navigating social events and holidays, healthy exercise habits, water intake, and stress management. I think there's about
Yeah,
four
I
of
can
these I
check
need
some
to
of those
work
off
on.
here. So,
This is kind of a neat interactive event at Gateway Mall, and I encourage people to be a part of it.
all right. TEDx is going to be disrupting things at the Lead Center on June 13th.
Prita Bonzel, Sam Larson, Brad Nordell, Sarah Thomas, and Joe Toscano will be a part of this great event going on at the Lead Center for Performing Arts. It is titled Disruption at 7:30 p.m.
Sam Larson is that guy who won that TV show where they drop you out in the woods somewhere and you have to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's pretty cool. He's been doing some things with our Parks and Rec department,
Good,
so that's
good.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
All right. Turbine Tabletop Time. Board games are big, and Turbine Flats is going to invite you to come bring your own game, learn a new game,
yeah.
just have some fun.
Maybe Turbine Flats is a new name for a lot of people out there. That's at 2124 Y Street down by the Bay and Rabble Mill. A lot of great creative things going on down there. Good opportunity to learn about board games, interact with people, and be a part of the Turbine Flats experience. A great group of individuals running that operation.
All right. And if you haven't played bingo in a while, just go to the Foundry.
Love
get
it.
Get your card, maybe play 3 at a time.
Right.
Yeah. There's nothing like bingo.
Friday nights at a bingo hall in Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean, this isn't on a Friday night.
This is
but
a
just
Sunday afternoon.
Think about
but
what people do. They have so much. It's something for everybody.
It's something for everybody. All right. If outdoor games are more your style, the Big Red Challenge is coming. This looks pretty tough. It's a 7K obstacle course designed by Marines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That tells you everything you need
Yeah.
to know right there. And it's their local Cornhusker Detachment 370 and Ironhide Construction have put together the most difficult Big Red Challenge this time. They've had this for several years. This will be going on, and a lot of great competition in the rail yard in the Haymarket.
All right. And the Little Red Challenge is the kids' version happening that same day. It's kind of 1 mile long, fewer obstacles, and lots of fun for kids ages 5 to 11.
Maybe this is put on by the Little Marines. It's kind of scaled down obstacles that will be there on a 1 mile long course for kiddos.
It's a recruiting effort.
There we go.
Recruiting
It's a good
effort.
idea.
All right, USA Wrestling here in Lincoln. That means Jordan Burroughs. He's going to be back at the Devaney Center.
Yeah, this is a chance for a lot of great people to battle for spots in the International World Championships in Kazakhstan in September. Great opportunity to qualify. Bob Devaney Sports Center. We've been working with Final X now for several years, and Jordan keeps rising to the top. So make sure you're there to cheer him on this time around and enjoy this action.
All right, good news and bad news on baseball. Bad news, the Husker season is winding down. Their last home series is May 16th through the 18th. That means it's time for the Salt Dogs.
A lot of energy put into the Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball schedule this year. I know they're focused on a lot of their promotions on the weekends, but let's not forget they do play during the week. Very affordable tickets to set out on the berm, even their chairbacks and great seating at Haymarket Park. Cleburne Railroaders, St. Paul Saints, and the Texas Air Hogs visiting Lincoln both in May and June.
All right, and we're going to end up with an automotive segment. We've
Zoom.
got at least 4 events here that all have something to do with cars, starting with the Tire Rack Lincoln Spring Nationals Pro Solo.
Yeah, this is Sports Car Club of America bringing their competition to Lincoln for the Spring Nationals. They'll actually be qualifying here to go to their national tour leading up to the Solo Nationals held in September. So we do a lot of work on the west ramp of the airport. The folks out in West Lincoln, Northwest Lincoln are very supportive of this event. Free to get in and see some great motorsports activity.
All right, the Sowers are having their 4th annual car show at Gateway. They've got police cars,
Yes.
fire trucks, Army Reserve vehicles, a lot more.
Yeah, Gateway Mall Northwest parking lot near the Shoe Depot Encore store. A great opportunity there to interact and see some great automobiles.
All right, let's go out. Let's finish up with Speedway Motors. They're having 2 events. The first one is their Cars and Coffee. They do this every once in a while. Free coffee, donuts, and admission to the museum if you bring your classic car.
Yeah, and if you don't bring your classic car, you can still go through the museum for a nominal fee, and you can also take a chance to talk to the different people participating there, learn about their cars, and have some great interaction.
All right. The Speedway Motors Museum is always a fun place for kids, but
Yep.
they're stepping it up a little bit. They have an award-winning children's book author and musician, Tevin Hansen. He's going to do songs and crafts from his Junkyard Adventure Series book.
Yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Museum of American Speed, a lot of things going on at Speedway, and it is a great treasure right here in Lincoln, but to do some different things, to get some different people through there is very important.
All right, we got to tell you what the books are, the 4 books. Word Dragon, Sea Serpent of Science, Giant of Geography, and Alien of Astronomy.
I'm painting pictures in my head right now what these covers look like.
That's
That
right.
sounds like a lot of fun.
You can see them on the website.
That's right.
Okay, Jeff, big summer. We're just getting started.
Yes. We're excited about what's coming up this summer. We've got a lot of events that we're going to talk about here in the coming months, but for people to get more information, they can visit our website at lincoln.org. Stop down to our visitor center at 7th and P, our main office at 1128 Lincoln Mall, or give us a call. And just a lot of great things going on. And I'm really encouraging people to get out again this spring and summer and discover Lincoln. So many things that I think we take for granted need to be seen. Our attractions, our vineyards, our wine, everything that we have, it's all a part about that tourism landscape. Be a part of it and tell other people what you noticed.
And one of the things you might pledge to do, try something new this summer.
Oh, yeah.
You and your family, try something new that you haven't done before.
Yeah.
Get out there and do it. You
I
might
love
find
it.
a new favorite.
I love it.
All right. Thank you very much,
You
Jeff.
bet.
And that is all for this month's Out and About show. I want to thank all the guests we had today. And if you missed any of the events, stay tuned. We'll run a list again right after the show. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about.